So, I'm back with a new Star Wars review. This is Jeremy from Stupid Chainsaw Productions with it's been a long time, a novel review. This is Star Wars Republic Commando Hard Contact by Karen Travis. Republic Commando Hard Contact is about four commandos who were not trained together as a squad. I should give some backstory in what the Republic Commandos are. The Republic Commandos are squads of 4 clone troopers that are elite in the fact that they are trained separately from the main clone battalions. They are trained as small squads of 4, and they grow up together. And so, mind you, they're not as advanced as the ARC troopers, which are trained to fight in solo combat, personally by Jango Fett, but these clone troop commandos are trained by Mandalorians, or former soldiers, and they're brought in outside from Commando. So we get to our squad, Omega Squad. And mind you, before I get into this, this is not necessarily a video game novel. There was a video game called Star Wars Republic Commando. I like to combine it as a SOCOM meets Halo game that's very entertaining that follows a squad called Delta Squad. But this is not Delta Squad. This is Omega Squad. And Omega Squad is quite different. Omega Squad has a specific difference in that all of their members, their whole squads were wiped out in the Battle of Geonosis at the end of Attack of the Clones. So these 4 clone troopers are brought together. These 4 clone troopers being Niner, their commander, Fee, the funny one that makes sick jokes, Tim, who has PTSD more so than the other 3 do, and Darman, our caring clone trooper, who this book has a lot to do with him, and I will get to that. They are sent to a planet called Quiluria, where our Jedi protagonist, Etain Termuken, sorry, some of these names are weird, a Jedi Padawan who has no idea where her master is hiding out where she meets Jinnart, who is a woman who is not all she says she is. And I will not spoil that for you. And so Omega Squad sets out to destroy this virus created to kill clone troopers, and to find this separatist scientist, Dr. Uthan, who is being protected by a Mandalorian, but no longer in the ranks of the Mandalorians, by the name of Giz Hoken, who is our main antagonist. So things happen, and Darman gets separated from the rest of Omega Squad and has to find a way to survive. What did I think of Republic Commando Hard Contact? It was a very fast read. I loved it. It was a really good read. The only reason it took me so long was I kept getting sidetracked with other books because I felt I couldn't. This is a 2-week read for me, and I read slow. So I just kept filling it up. Like I read Jedi vs. Sith, which I didn't like, and Star Wars in the Shadow of Yavin, which I also didn't like. But I really liked Hard Contact. It was always nice to go back to this and read it. It was a fun read. I have a little story about this book. I bought this because my friend Ryan, who's now in the Marines, he was obsessed with this series of books, and he was really pissed off one day because the 6th book wasn't was not released. It was canceled by Lucasfilm. Which I will get into why that was when I review the 5th one of these books, 501st. And I was like, okay, I need to check these out. So I bought the 1st book. it went in a container under my bed and I didn't like pick it up for years. Then I finally I picked up this book and I'm like, you know what? I need to read this because my buddy Tristan loves Karen Travis's writing. He's his favorite author, and Janko loves these books. So I figured, hey, I need to check this out. So I read this. I loved it. It's one of the best Star Wars books I've ever read. It would go in my top 10 as of now. It would be in my top 10 recommendations for any person trying to get into the expanded universe to read this. A few things I wanted to talk about in the book. It's third person, which all Star Wars books, to my knowledge, are third person. There might be a few that are first, but it's very rare in my from what I've read. It segues very well between the Commandos and our Jedi and the villains. It all segues well, and I just liked how it did that, and it wasn't confusing at all. And yeah, I liked it. I really did. It was a fun read. Would I recommend this? Yes, this gets my highest recommendation. This gets 5 out of 5 stars. Just an excellent read, and I recommend it to anyone who not only likes video games, who also people who like military novels, who just like Star Wars. I recommend it. Even for people who are not really into Star Wars, this is a great way to get into it. No big story. It's just really, it's a fun read, and it's really quick. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Would recommend. Yeah, I know. Finally, I reviewed a good Star Wars book, that like a Star Wars story I really liked, and hopefully I'll be balancing out these Star Wars reviews and reviewing the good and the bad, just mixed together. I don't want to have any of that bad after bad after bad thing that went around for a little while on my channel. But join me next time when I go back to a series that started all of these reviews. Join me next time when I review X-Wing Rogue Squadron Battleground Tatooine, which, as I recall, I really enjoyed last time. So I'm going to give it a second read and give it a second opinion. Have a nice day, guys. And Can Rant's out tomorrow. I have to start notes on it now because it's going to be a big one. Probably my biggest I've ever done. So have a nice day.